This is Les Schwab Tire's Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by the U.S. Army.
We're at Bob Mathias Stadium, and it's time for the Les Schwab Tire's Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, and we've got a good one, the Bell Game, Tulare Western against Tulare Union. The pregame show is delivered by HR Mobile Services. Trust HR Mobile Services for all your human resource needs. Good evening, everybody. I'm Ralph Wood along with Vince Wesson. Vince, this is the Bell Game, and we're doing it for the third year.
Third year in a row, but a couple things are different. This is the first year both teams are not undefeated. It's the first year that each team has beefed up their non-conference schedule, and this is really important. This is the first year, I think, when I talk to both coaches, they want to talk about and they want to lead with defenses.
The place is going to be packed tonight to talk about the guys making the plays on the field.
That's one difference. That's one difference that has to change, and that's this atmosphere and this crowd. You're right. But let's talk about the players, and we're going to start with Tulare. They have a receiver that Coach Darren Bennett raved about, and his name is Willie James. And Coach Bennett compared him to Nitron Flowers, to Darius Baker, to Willie Stallworth, and, of course, to Maury Edwards at Fresno State. And they feel Willie might be the best of them all. That speaks volumes. Look for number one in goal.
And on the other side, defensively?
Well, defensively, there's a player by the name of Bear Nunley. And you talk about a student of the game. Well, first of all, he's a 4.41 student. He's getting recruited by all the Ivy League schools. 4.41. He got me beaten grade, point average, and 40 times. This is a special player, high football IQ. He leads that Redskin defense.
We've seen the Mustangs early in the season. Tell me about some of their guys.
Remember Ernie Banks used to say, great day to play two? How about Ryan Rocha, the head coach of Tulare Western, to say, great day to play two Burrells? And what a year. I mean, this is they're finally here after 3 years of varsity experience. Jordan Burrell and Elijah Burrell. Elijah Burrell, the captain on the offense. He is the spark plug. He is the point guard, if you want to call it, to disperse it to a lot of playmakers on that offensive side of the ball. And then, of course, Jordan Burrell, what do you say? 11 interceptions in the last 2 seasons. Not only will he pick it up, but he'll take it to the house. He will be roaming all over the place. And I have this suspicion he's going to spy, number one, Willie James. So special players all over the field, filled with high IQs on both sides of the football.
Earlier this week, we went to both schools and asked both head coaches to give us their keys to the game.
The keys to the game are obviously, like any game, is not turn the ball over and try to win the turnover battle and eliminate big plays so that they don't get the big plays and we get a couple big plays. So those are the generic keys to the game, but I think the real keys to the game is our defense shutting down their offense. I think this is probably the best defense we've ever had. So hopefully, we'll find out Friday if that's actually the case, or maybe, one of the better ones we've had.
First off, start fast. It's an emotional game. It's a rivalry game over the years and stuff. But you've got to be able to score in the red zone. So, our offense has done a great job utilizing the field all year, getting into opposing fields' territories, and in our 2 losses, we didn't capitalize on those opportunities, and since then that's kind of been our stressor. So, with the evolving special teams that we have, and they've gotten so much better the last 4 weeks, just making sure you put points up in the red zone. And then defensively, really making sure you don't give up big plays. I think in our 2 losses, we have a stingy defense, but in those losses, it's just been 1 or 2 or 3 kind of just big plays, and everything else was bottled up. So, once again, no big plays, score in the red zone, and continue to get better. I think that's been the concept since Hanford. Climb the hill and get better each week, and they've been doing that. And so they're almost there, but this is a great challenge for us to go into the playoffs. But the kids are looking forward to an opportunity to win a league title.
All right, they gave us some things to look for during the telecast. You have your own keys to the game.
Well, for Tulare, grow up, kids. That's the only way to put it, okay? When I talk to head coach Darren Bennett, when I talk to Marty Martin, when I talk to quarterback coach John Swing, they all say the same thing. We're young. We're young. Well, guess what? I'll take talent over experience any day of the week. It is game 10. You're not young anymore. Those kids have to grow up. And then for Tulare Western, no watching Free Willie tonight. There are a lot of playmakers on this field, but one kid that can make a difference, that is Fast Willie James of Tulare Union. You better bottle up number one in goal.
All right, Tulare Union against Tulare Western, the Bell Game. We'll be back to kick it off after this. Sponsored by Bowman & Associates Insurance Company. Protect your crops, protect your livelihood. You saw the bell that they're playing for. You also saw the torch, and we'll explain what that is about later in this telecast. Now let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller.
Not one, not two, but 3 straight W's. The bell game for the U. Going for number 4. The bell stays home. It's time to kick it off. Or should we say, ring the bell. Why? Because this is Friday night. Yeah, let's go. Hey, y'all, ring the bell. Let's go. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
And this bell game is underway. Short kick. Taken at the 20. Out across the 30. Still fighting. Nice return there by Isaiah Crisp.
Yeah, and short kick. And I think I know why. Mickey Fisher back there. And you know how explosive he can be, like he did in our first telecast against Lemoore. And each coach decided that it was okay. Congratulations, Ryan Roach just said, go ahead, wear your home. So they're going to wear their home golds while Tulare Western's in their blue.
Referee is Rich McClellan. Ben Vaccaro's the umpire. Head linesman is Mike Hobbs. The line judge, Joseph Ferreira. The back judge is John Lee.
And there's that guy I talked about, Mickey Fisher. Probably the most explosive player on that Western offensive team. He'll be a wide receiver. He's lethal in kick returns, as you saw the short kick. Oh, look at that move. Look at that move. Did he do it? Yes, he did.
It was a race.
Oh, my, what a move. Karen Johnson.
But there is a Midland Tractor flag on the play way back at the line of scrimmage.
I think they got a hold on the edge right there. But there's his big play capability, the stop, the start, the finish. And if we get the edge, if we get a replay on the edge, you can see a player getting held. But Johnson, quite the running back for Tulare Western. He's going to be the all-time, or currently is the all-time leading rusher. At 3,848 yards, followed by Todd Henderson, 3,597 yards, and a guy we called here, David Alcantar, 3,266 yards, thanks to Barb Barnett, again, throwing us out the stats. Taryn Johnson, you just saw a sample size, the all-time leading rusher at Tulare Western.
Oh, the snap hit the player who was in motion in the helmet. It hit R.J. Holmes.
Well, if you did that 12 times, that could never happen. I mean, solid, like doing. Save that for football follies, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
Forcing it to well, the ball's at the 22.
Okay, Tejeda, outstanding lineman there. I've already seen Taryn Johnson and Mickey Fisher. They've already made their debut. But don't forget, number 11, who had a fabulous game for him, and that's R.J. Holmes, another wide receiver.
Holmes, the guy who just took the football in the ear hole. Burrell escapes pressure to the far sideline. Tiptoeing down across the 35. Let's see where he stepped out of bounds.
And if you're coming at him, you have got to contain. Can't let him get outside. That's simple. Okay, so if you're going, you're going to wash everything. You got to keep your outside arm free. Keep the outside arm free. Keep everything else inside. And the Sherrill just lost containment.
Ryan Roach, the head coach of the Mustangs. 4th down, and they're going for it from the 38. 4th and 3. No, they're not. They're going to punt. And that's the left-footed punter, Isidro Salazar.
Well, we're already a big play taken back. Didn't get to see the replay, but I saw a hold on the edge with Spark Johnson to the outside. Now, Johnson did a lot of that on his own, which tells you how lethal he can be. Start, what I always call it, Ralph, he's got spurt ability.
That is your word. That's a good word.
Hasn't made it to Webster's yet. I'll get it there.
The Tribe takes over just outside the 25. George Gonzalez is the quarterback, number 15. They'll pitch it, coming to the near side, and a short gain, maybe a half yard. The ball carrier was KJ Daniels.
And there is a game within the game. And linebacker Joe Alcantara, okay, and Bear Nunley. I think the winner of this game will probably solidify Defensive Player of the Year in the league. You see Alcantara back in there. Jose Valencia, cover corner. Up front, Michael Machado. He's they describe it, plays with the motor.
Pass has an open receiver and a completion out to the 40-yard line. That's Pedro Alvarez on the catch.
And I like what they did there. There's good chalk. Real good chalk there. What they're trying to do here is they fake the bubble screen and just hit the guy in the seam. Going to hit him before the safety. He pays for it. Good collision there by Avila. Valencia laying the wood.
So Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10. Gonzalez pressured, grabbed, and dropped.
And we saw a little of this last week, Ralph. If you're going to go empty, which means no backs in the backfield, just the quarterback, you're going to have to get rid of it. Your body clock has to think 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. I've got to get rid of that thing. You know, they blitz 2 guys, and from what I've learned, 5 guys can't block 7. So your body clock has to get rid of it. Receivers are going to do what they call a side adjustment. Means you can't do a route downfield. You've got to do something quick, a quick hitch, a quick out, a quick slant. But you just can't sit there and hold the ball.
Loss is back to the 38. Gonzalez pass incomplete. Willie James, the intended receiver.
Yeah. Didn't hook up, but I like what they're doing. Just getting to it in space. See what they get if they can tackle this kid in space. Each offense filling each other out a little.
Sets up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Gonzalez pressured, flushed out of the pocket. Gonna let go. He's got the receiver, and it's knocked loose, incomplete, and a late flag comes out.
And they're going to call that.
The flag came from all the way on the other side of the field.
Oh, okay. This ought to be interesting.
All right, 4th down.
Excellent. Valencia getting in the game early here, making his presence known. 2 big-time hits on the receiver. They're going to think twice about catching that ball. They might come up with a little case of what I call alligator arms.
4th and 13, high snap. Punts away, high punt. Mikey Fisher inside the 30 makes the catch.
And that is the advantage of having your quarterback be a punter. And I like that when your quarterback's a punter, because that makes the defense stay on the field and think safe return. We're not going to set up any kind of punt return because they may fake it with the quarterback that's also the punter.
So the Mustangs have their second offensive possession, starting from about the 32. I'm sorry, check that, 27.
They played fast last time. Let's see if they can get it going again.
Fisher with a spin, but he's going to be stopped and dropped.
Picked him up like a grown man.
Back inside the 25.
Yeah. Look at that body slam. Whoever the wrestling coach is, recruit that man.
Peyton Soto.
Soto with the takedown. I see a 2-3.
Second and 12. Empty backfield.
And here they come. Nunley breathing down. Here he comes. And they got rid of it quick. See the difference? Nice. Simple.
Johnson made the catch out across the 35.
And the same thing. We got a blitz coming. As you see Nunley creeping up. They're coming outside. Quebec. And they just play a simple out. And good job by keeping it in front. Was number 4 for Union, Thomas Garcia. Not coming up to big hit, using the sidelines to leverage.
Third down in the yard. Oh, they're not going to get it.
Oh, nothing.
Stuffed for a loss was Johnson.
Josh Rodriguez, you talk about another player that's on the verge of being named All-League. That's 32, Josh Rodriguez. Some heck of inside linebackers, and Nunley right there, and Rodriguez. So Nunley gets to him first, and Rodriguez comes in and clean it up. That's helping out your brother inside there. Little different, Ralph. Remember, I tell you, these teams are going to lead with defense this year.
Punt is away. Looked like he thought about the fake.
He did.
Fair caught at 35. No score, 5:45 to go. Timeout at Bob Mathias Stadium. We'll be back after this. Immediately following our game, you can watch Charmed only on the CW 59. Tribe take over from the 35 in the scoreless game. Gonzalez slings it to the near side. That pass is caught by Xavier Haley, driven back. They'll give him progress to the 40. Gain of about 5.
Much better concept. Getting the ball quick. Empty set. Here comes the blitz. They're looping around. Excellent coverage there.
Isaac Infante.
Infante, Johnny on the spot. Good pitch, good catch, good football game. You imagine both ways. Can't let anyone get loose. The big plays will hurt tonight. And remember, if you're blitzing, that leaves people on the edge one-on-one.
On 2nd and 5, Gonzalez going to keep it to the near side. Has a first down as he crosses the midfield stripe. Stepped out of bounds on the 49 of Tulare Western.
Now, one thing they talked about is the toughness. This is basically a quarterback counter. They bring back the backside guard and the backside tackle, and that is a quarterback counter. This guy has a mentality. At one time, he was a starting outside linebacker. And due to injuries, they threw him in the quarterback position. Just shows you what type of athlete it is. So you're going to see run plays not commonly seen at a quarterback because of this guy's toughness.
It's Alithia Subaru of Fresno, 1st and 10 from the 49. Gonzalez to the far side. Pass is complete, but that's going to lose yards. Julian Espinoza, the receiver.
And it happened a couple times last week in the Clovis North game. If you're going to do bubble screens or you're going to do smoke routes, it's got to be where they can run in stride. This place is all discombobulated because he's got to go down and get it. Then he's got to put a hand in the ground and then try to juke one player. You throw him out there in space where he can make one guy miss and go. But with all that time he had to gather himself, the pursuit of the defense got to him. You've got to be able to stick that thing where he can run with it in stride.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Gonzalez pressured again, and does get away. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and a couple more.
Yeah. And there must be what they call it, some kind of green call or fire call or anything. Anytime Tulare is going empty set, they are bringing at least 2 guys. So you've got to know that, and coach has got to know that. The booth has got to know that, and George Gonzalez has to understand this ball. I've got to get rid of it quick because they are bringing the house.
Sets up a 3rd down and 8. The fake, the pump, going long. Pass is caught inside the 20 down to the 15. Willie James.
Yeah, and they got me on that one. I was thinking interception. Okay, a little hitch and go. Watch this. He's going to do a hitch and go like he's doing a hitch. Here's the ball fake. Pretty good fundamentals there, but just the flat route there by the safety. He's got to be on top of that. That's not the corner's fault. That's the safety. He has got to be on top of that throw. At first, I thought he had a pick on it.
Quickly into the Toyota red zone. The Tribe from the 15. Gonzalez looking for somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Dropped at the 20.
Got to throw that thing away. Got to throw that thing away. Hitch and go, and that's what kills you. We're going back to the play before. The hitch and go, and you've got 2 deep safeties. There's no way you should get beat like that. Just real flat angle by the safety.
You can live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno, who you think is the player of the game, brought to you by Donald P. Dick. Second and 15 after the loss of 5. Back to pass. Slings it toward the near far sideline. Incomplete. A little too tall.
Little too tall and a little too long of a developing ramp. Did a little wheel.
Coming up, your Xfinity halftime show featuring the Subway Scholar Athlete. That's coming up at halftime.
Did a little wheel right, long developing play there up on the sidelines. And trust me, Tulare Western is bringing the hat. Gonzalez is getting thumped every time he releases. So that's going to wear on you come second half.
3rd and 15 from the 20. Gonzalez with a pitch. Stopped short of the 15, but here comes a flag.
I think they're going to get Valencia leading with the head. We'll see.
A.J. Daniels was the ball carrier.
Little speed option. They almost might as well just conceded
it down. Helmet. Here. Oh, you half the distance.
It's at 3rd and 13. There's just too much pursuit. Let's see here. Yeah, that's an excellent call. No excuse for that. No excuse. And the best way to coach it and the best way to teach it is lead with the face mask. That means you can't hit what you can't see. Okay? So you keep your face mask there, throw the hands, or the clubs as we call them, and then good hitters or good knee benders. He went straight, left his body, which means he left his feet, and then he's flying through the air, and obviously he led with the crown of the helmet. Excellent call by the official down there. And Valencia's got to be smarter, and I know he's coached better than that.
This is Daniels again. Breaks a couple of tackles, dragging the pile down close to the 2, maybe the 1.
Yeah, mind you, 26 in gold right there, freshman. That is true freshman, Ralph. Last year, he's playing for the Visalia Ducks and Pop Warner, and now look at him. He's a yard away from getting to the end zone in his first Bell game. Remember that name, KJ Daniels. He will be a mainstay here. Coaches love him.
2nd and goal from the 2.
Okay, now they're bringing in the big package. People with a little more strength in it, and look at that.
Quarterback's going to do it himself and take it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And there's the linebacker playing quarterback.
Another look at the Florida Subs touchdown.
And I like the way he slid out and went almost at the tackle area. Almost at the tackle area.
That's smart. Go away from those big guys.
Don't go right in the A gap. He slid out to about the C gap. Montejano. Gabe Montejano. Alex Sanchez. Tinoco, Isaac. Joey Russo and Max Brown. Pushing the pile. The big boys up front. Pushing the pile.
Padilla with the extra point. 7-0. Tulare Union with the lead. Let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin?
I'm ready. The Stampede is ready to bust out the bell. These are the Tulare Western Mustangs! Hey, what's good about being a Mustang?
We have an amazing student body that's all in.
All in, let's go! What's good about being a Mustang? Beating Union! Beating Union! The streak is no longer alive! The Mustangs, let's make some noise! Ralph, B-Dub, back to you!
How do you get over there so fast, Ralph? He's everywhere. Can there be 2 Kevin Millers? God, let's hope not.
He'll be somewhere else soon.
He is everywhere. Remember that? Saguaro Fair is everywhere. Kevin Miller. George Gonzalez. Tough kid.
Here's another JR Sports kickoff. Ramming over the competition, but not this time. It goes out of bounds. And welcome into the JR Sports broadcast booth.
Yeah. Ready for this game.
This is such a great setup.
Oh, it's
There's
just a great atmosphere.
no glass in front of us. We're looking right out on the clear field, and beautiful night for football.
And the decorations. You see, if you get a shot across, bail out the bell. I love it. They had to put that. It must have took all week to put that up. Just fabulous. And then underneath, below us, I don't know if the cameras can get it. They have the bell each year that the last 3 years they've won the
3 years
bell.
in a row.
Yeah, it's just, this is something. You don't see rivalries like this anymore. I can tell you that. And we've been here 3 years, and we've never been disappointed. And people everywhere. See if you can see the 3 bells. That's what I love. The 3 bells underneath our booth. Love that shot. Outside, quarterback.
Burrell keeps it. Lowers his shoulder, gets it across the 45. That should be good enough for 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru of Fresno, and it is.
And there's Big Tejada pushing the pile. Now, what's happened is the success is because of all the running they've done with fly sweeps and fly sweeps and fly sweeps. So this time you fake the fly sweep and you keep it. So now that's going to keep everybody honest and not flowing so much during the fly sweeps.
Oh, dropped That was Eric Sherrill coming like he had been shot out of a missile.
Well, he's pretty good when nobody blocks him well. I've learned that throughout the years. Linebackers are pretty good when nobody touches them and they get free will right at the quarterback. Some kind of miscommunication there. They got to put a hat on that guy.
Loss of 7 back to the 39. That's Johnson in motion. Delay a game. Now, if you're wondering, I guess the official press box is across the field. That's why we're seeing the referee give those calls and those signals with his back to our cameras. We're all on this side, but
well, we got our own
talk
suite
over there.
We got our own suite here. So not bad at all.
Boy, after the loss and a 5-yard penalty, so it's 2nd and 22.
Right now.
Fisher makes the catch, but can't get away from the try. Gain is to the 40. Picked up about 6, so let's call it 3rd and 16.
Well, that should be quarter. Now, that gentleman there is Louis Da Silva, okay? He was offensive coordinator the last couple years at Tulare Western, and now he is defensive coordinator at Tulare. You talk about a predicament. Wow, that's kind of fancy. Former walk-on at Fresno State.
The first quarter has been sponsored by Bowman & Associates Insurance Company. Protect your crops, protect your livelihood. We have played one quarter. Tulare Union 7, Tulare Western nothing. We'll be right back. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Fashion Furniture across from River Park. There's nothing like it in all of California. 3rd and 16 for the Mustangs. Burrell looking deep, throwing deep, has a man wide open, makes the catch inside the 30, run out of bounds inside the 20. R.J. Holmes with the catch.
How does that happen? It's 3rd and 16. You cannot let that nearest defender should be close to Bakersfield right now, and he gets behind you. Oh, Marty Martin's not going to be happy with that. That's too easy.
We had 2 receivers on that side and only 1 defender.
That is blown coverage at its best, ladies and gentlemen. Rico Lopez coming back to root on his boys. One of my all-Western team selections, former guard for Tulare Western.
Holmes, the ball carrier, and nothing doing that time. First ran into Elijah Kawavaka, and he's got a little brother, Ethan Kavaka, and Unga, the dad, is on the coaching staff. This is a Kavaka night. Kawavaka. It's a great name. You say him when he makes a tackle, and you say it on the highlight film when he makes a hit. Kawavaka, huh? Lost back to the 20. 2nd and 13. Timeout taken by Tulare Union. Fans, you can live tweet Kevin Miller at #FNR Fresno on whom you think is the player of the game. Brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Okay, it's time for our segment, Famous Names Associated with This Game. Pull it up here. Lavelle Thomas, Tulare Western. This is old school. I had to dig on this one, Ralph. Lavelle Thomas was a freshman with me. And you talk about a guy of speed and power. Reminds me of Le'Veon Bell back in the day. Came in at Fresno State from Tulare Western with me. Went on to play a little bit with the Green Bay Packers. Lavelle Thomas, great alumni for Tulare Western.
Oh, he had some big games here.
And how about this guy getting it done right now for your Bulldogs? Maury Edwards.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, and we started with him a long time ago, and he stuck with it and just balled it out at Fresno State. The all-time career reception leader in the section with 262. Now, breathing down his neck is Jalen McMillan, 227 at San Joaquin Memorial. So we'll see if that record stands. And Maury Edwards balling out at Fresno State. Good to see him.
Burrell sends Johnson in motion to the right side. Throwing over the middle, incomplete, intended for Fisher. Overthrown.
Okay, worst thing a receiver could do. The worst thing a receiver could do is R.J. Holmes running and then throwing up his hands going, I was wide open. I was wide open.
You never did that?
Well, yeah, and I got my butt chewed just like I'm chewing him now, because a good coaching staff is going to relay that from the booth and say, hey, you got number 11 in the seam. But now he's thrown up his target so much, and I don't want to call it pouting, but saying, dude, I'm wide open now. Tulare Union is aware.
And now everybody knows it, huh?
Yeah, now everybody knows it. That's the worst thing the receiver can do.
3rd and long. Thrown down for a loss by Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, there's the guy. And just beat him to the inside. Just a hard rush inside. Got to meet Isaiah before the game. Talked to his dad before the game. And this is a guy, he's one of my favorites here. Got himself in some trouble where he wasn't even on the Tulare campus. Has learned from his mistake, battled back, and using football as a leverage to move on with his life. I am proud of him, not only as a football player, but as a student athlete. Isaiah Jackson with that sack save.
The punt on 4th down goes sideways out of bounds inside the 10.
Yeah. And this storyline is pretty simple. Tulare Western is just killing themselves with turnovers, with holds, with different things where they just cannot sustain a drive. They cannot sustain a drive.
There's a look at the Smile Cam, sponsored by Toyota.
Oh, Mustangs.
Where's all that energy come from, huh? So Tulare Union takes over starting from the 5.
Yeah, a little different than the last couple of years. Like I said, we're leading with defense these couple of years. No more Kaz, no more Nate Allen.
Had a receiver open, incomplete, threw it behind Willie James.
Yeah, just a poor throw. Just a poor throw on that one. James sat in the seam, was wide open, and it's the toughest throw for a quarterback. Over a linebacker and in between the safety. Okay, and Gonzalez just let that one get away. Got to throw over the linebacker, in between this, in front of the safety. And if you're a receiver, catch the ball and be prepared to get thumped. Especially with Valencia back there. He seems to be bringing the wood tonight.
Got a wave at the JR Sports booth camera.
Everybody, hey, Vince.
Daniels.
He's still going.
Across the 10, kept those legs pumping. He saw the stick. He knew where he had to get. He's a yard or two short.
He's only a freshman, and I asked Coach Bennett, who does he compare? There's been so many. Jontel Freedom, Dominic Dorsey, Allen, and I can keep going and going and going. And he said he's going to compare him to Romello Harris. Got to talk to Romello out there before the game. Knee injury has curtailed his Fresno State career, but he's going to stay involved in football. Going to be a recruiter for Jeff Tedford. So good to see Romello doing well. The main thing is he's taking care of his schoolwork.
3rd and 2.
That's what you
They'll get the first down.
When you got a quasi fullback, linebacker playing quarterback, that's an easy call.
MD Manuel Insurance wants to thank all of our servicemen and women for the freedom they earn for us each and every day. Thank you, sir. It's a 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru Fresno. Daniels found an opening, got it out across the 20. Actually, that's John White. He's not even listed as a running back. White is a junior. You know, you talked about how young this Tulare Union team is. They give us a roster with 43 players on it. 6 seniors.
Yeah.
Just 6.
4
on the other side, it's completely different.
4 starters, that's it.
A lot of seniors for Tulare Western. Right now. He's throwing deep again. Looking for James, incomplete. He overthrew him.
And notice Burrell, like I talked about, spying James on that one. Now, one thing Tulare, for those of you that do not know, and they can thank Kaz Allen, they can thank Nate Lamb and some of the others throughout the years, but Tulare is Division I now. They will be one of the smallest, I think enrollments is close to 1,600, and with all their success the last couple of years in Division II, they have moved up to Division I. So I think next year they're going to really have to, focus in and things like that. They got to grow up quick because now they're going against the Centrals, Buchanans, Liberties of the world.
Not much there for Gonzalez. Looking for an opening that's just not there.
And he didn't really run hard, kind of stutter-stepped, and I guess that's what happened when there's just too many blue shirts and not enough gold shirts pushing the pile.
Fourth down, he will drop back into punt formation, end over end kick.
Here he comes.
Dropped and picked up, but pretty good field position at the midfield stripe. Fans, you can watch a replay of tonight's game. Just head over to YouTube and search for Friday Night Rivals on CW59. Tonight's game will be available early next week. Click on the FNR logo. We'll be right back after this. 7-0, Tulare leading Tulare Western. Welcome back to the Les Schwab Tires Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, sponsored by the U.S. Army. Tulare with a 7-0 lead over Tulare Western in the Bell game on rivalry week, final week of the regular season in Valley High School football.
Yeah. And I really wouldn't call this sloppy, just real good defenses.
Burrell keeps it, picks up 2 or 3. Well, you know, Coach Bennett in his keys to the game said he thought this might be the best defense he's had here.
Yeah, and they're playing like it too. And take a look at number 9. Look at Isaiah Jackson. Look, if we can get a shot at number 9 in gold, oh my gosh, at the end. I'll try to find that before we get out of here.
Elijah Burrell's had a good view of number 9 tonight. This time he gets it away to Fisher. And he may have the first down. He got it down inside the 40, and he did.
And just not letting him get loose like we have in some of the past. And that's because of the speed on defense and the toughness on defense. And you see Willie James getting bottled up on one end, and they don't want Mikey Fisher. There he is. Look at that guy. Look at that. That's 17 years old. Are you kidding me? He's got muscles in places. I don't even have places.
On first down.
That is some meat and potatoes, Ralph. I am telling you.
Johnson picked it up down to about the 36. Yeah, he maybe 37.
Good football game. Like I said, not necessarily sloppy, but a lot of good defense, a lot of good team defense, too, that I'm noticing.
Whistles will stop this play. There's a Midland Tractor flag on the field.
Dead ball. Encroachment, defense.
I had a kid, referee Rich McCallum, tonight said, "Can you make sure you get the skinny camera on me?" I told him, "You knew you were doing this TV game. You were supposed to do the crash diet, my friend." I like these guys so far. Not a lot of penalties, letting the kids decide the game. And it's easy when you have two well-coached teams out here. They have victories for a reason. They're well-coached, so you shouldn't see a lot of penalties.
Run. It's heavy.
Burrell with the handoff, and there's a lot of room to run to the near side, and Johnson finds it inside the 10-5 touchdown, Tulare Western.
And just as I brag about being well coached and everything, lost containment, and it was easy. Okay, you cannot pursue just caught inside. And I think it was on the outside. I'm not sure if it was Pharrell or whatever, but this guy's too quick. You know, I mean, 3,900 yards worth of quick, and you just can't let him bounce outside. You talk about a poor man's Kaz Allen. That's what I saw in Taron Johnson as a sophomore, and he hasn't disappointed 2 years later.
Diego Valletta with the extra point. And this game is tied. Taron Johnson with the touchdown. The senior found an opening to this near side and got a lot of green grass all the way to the end zone. 32 yards on the touchdown run.
I apologize, it's Josh Sherrill.
Just like Jackie Sherrill, the old coach.
The old coach, yes. Should have helped me out with that, Ralph. Come on, Ralph. Felt the same. I should have figured that one out. Oh, we got ball game now. So, George Gonzalez, Tulare, can you say answer?
Salazar to kick off. And this kickoff is sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Deep kick taken by Haley. There comes a penalty flag as Haley is tackled at the 20.
Run back.
Let's go downstairs to Kevin Miller.
It is our favorite time of the show. It's the Chris Stubner Show featuring District Manager Mark. We've got Wendy herself right here, and of course, special guest, but really the host, Chris Stubner. How you doing, Chris?
We're doing great tonight, Kevin. Every day is a great day with Wendy's.
Indeed, and FNR partnership. So I love my gig as sideline reporter, hot and juicy sideline reporter, but I might be looking for another gig. Are you guys hiring at all?
Yeah, right now, are you up for this?
I am.
We're getting ready for breakfast, and we're trying to hire here in the Valley. We need to hire over 200 employees.
Mm-hmm.
So if you stop by any of the Wendy's, or you can also go to Wendy's.com and click on the jobs link, and all throughout the country, all the jobs are listed in there.
All right, Central Valley, 200 gigs up for you. Now, hot and juicy. How about hot and spicy? What's spicy at Wendy's?
Spicy nuggets are still here. You still have time to get your spicy nuggets. Stop into Wendy's, pick up some spicy nuggets on the way home tonight.
On a cold evening indeed. And then, we've got the delectable desserts. Nothing's better than a Frosty. Please tell me there's something new about to drop.
Wendy's is celebrating our 50th birthday this year. In fact, this month.
Happy birthday, Wendy. You don't look a day over 22.
Anyway, and we're going to be, starting on the 11th, we're going to have the birthday cake Frosty Cookie Sundae with sprinkles.
Sprinkles?
Yes, sprinkles.
Right.
So we're changing up the vanilla a little bit, and it's going to be a birthday cake Frosty Sundae.
I'm going right after the game. And then finally, if I'm just going to stay home, I don't want to go out, is there a way that there's some sort of solution to getting the food to me?
Yes. We want you to download the Wendy's app. Got it right here.
There it is.
And on the Wendy's app, you're going to find not only coupons for food,
Nicely done.
but you click down under ordering, and you're going to be able to mobile order or click the app to get to DoorDash and get your food delivered to you.
So the spicy nuggets, the birthday cake Frosty, I can get it there on my phone, and it'll be at my door?
That's right. Be at your door.
All right, Wendy, you promise? Thank you very much. See, she's real. Happy birthday, by the way. 50 years young. Mark, thanks for joining us. Wendy, of course, and the man, the myth, the legend of the Chris Stubner Show. And we'll keep that conversation going at hashtag FNR Fresno. Ralph V-Dub, get that Frosty birthday cake. Happy birthday to her. Back to you.
Smile Cam. Look at those.
Yeah.
Look at that grill for Smile Cam. Beautiful. Smile Cam needs to go to Wendy. Those are some pearly whites. Oh, Kevin, you don't look a day over 22. That kills me. There's Coach Bennett. 25 years and counting here. Talks about his mentor, believe it or not, Ray Reyes and Dave McDaniels, the former Strathmore coach. Northern Arizona University product there, quarterback there. McDaniels, outstanding coach at Strathmore, went on, did some JC. Now he's an athletic director down south, I believe. And, of course, Ray Reyes, legendary. Parlier High and, of course, Edison.
Third down pass incomplete to the near side, intended for James.
Yeah, and Ralph, remember last week when, or a couple weeks ago when McMillan, they were forcing it to McMillan, I thought, because there was a corner and a safety on top. Well, it's the same thing here. If you want to get the ball to Willie James, then you're going to have to do something else than line him out wide and have him go deep, because you got two of the best athletes in this area in Fisher and Burrell on top. You got Fisher down low running with him. You got Burrell on top. That's tough to complete.
Fourth down, Gonzalez will drop back in the punt formation and kick it away.
They're holding 19.
End over end. Fisher, and here comes a flag. Inside the 20, down to about the 10, but there's a flag
and it's an easy
out at the 35.
In the back, and know who you're dealing with back there. Okay, if you're on punt return, you have to know number 5 is going to make at least one guy miss. You've got to count on that. He didn't need that block.
Block in the back.
Personnel.
Back.
Understand your personnel.
So the Midland Tractor flag on the play for blocking in the back.
Yeah.
That one's wiped out a pretty good return.
Man, if we get a replay on that, you got to understand this guy in space is electrifying. Understand, he's going to make one guy miss. Okay, and here it comes right there. Okay, excellent call by the back judge there. Excellent call. And like I said, he's going to make that guy miss. Look, he's already made another guy miss. And he made another guy miss. So why, you tell me why he can't make that first guy miss in space? Understand your personnel.
There's a flag and then a shove, and here comes another flag, and they're flying all over the place.
It's a laundry cell.
It was flag night.
Yeah. It's a laundry cell now.
There was a flag in the pile, and then someone came over and shoved another player.
Yeah.
And then
Holding.
it was 4th of July.
45 blue.
No, that can't be it.
There's got to be a late hit. Correct?
Yeah, that can't be all.
See if we can find the culprit. Right there. Okay, that's in front of the official.
That's Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah.
Holding. Here. Dead ball. Personal foul. 9 gold.
Yeah, and now
3.
They walk it back. Now they take it back. So they shouldn't offset, but you do walk one way. There's Darius Baker. Great receiver. Last couple of years here. Just making sure Isaiah's got his head clean. De Silva stepping in, Bennett stepping in. Okay, and you get caught up into that rivalry game. Okay, but you got to be.
Oh, the
smart.
fans are.
Yeah.
Tulare side cheered when they marched it off against Western, and then Western got a chance to cheer.
Play's done right there. Play's done. That was clean. That was clean.
They didn't switch, guys.
Okay.
Switch.
So I think we got Matt Sanchez that did his damage, but that was right at the whistle. And Isaiah didn't partake to it too well.
Pass is complete, but there's another Midland Tractor flag on the play.
Illegal procedure. 5 in the backfield.
So the officials are getting a workout here in the first half.
And I was just saying it was a pretty clean game, but now they got to step in and play, posse here. Sheriff and his posse got to get things going.
Live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno on whom you think is the player of the game. Brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Maybe Western needs to focus a little on the run game. See if the guys up front start pushing the pile and doing something.
Under 3.5 minutes to go, and then there's another flag. Midland Tractor flag on the play. And
I would turn this thing over to Tejeda, to Salazar.
Timeout. Timeout blue.
Anaya and Sanchez. Matt Sanchez, Rafael Anaya, Kurt Portillo.
Ryan Roche wants to talk about it, so he calls a timeout.
Isidro Salazar and Aaron Tejeda. Turn it over to this offensive line. Get Taron Johnson going, and let's simplify things and get some kind of rhythm going.
Make sure to pick up a copy of the Valley Football Guide, the #1 source for local high school football, Fresno State, and the NFL. Pick up your free copy at participating Wendy's and KFC locations.
This text came in, Brad Allen, Kaz Allen's out. We need to let you know that Taron Johnson, cousin to Kaz Allen. So there's a slow family, huh?
If you're hearing the public address announcer, it's a different voice than we've heard here for nearly 50 years. Yes. Harry Karjanian has, I think, done about every game since 1972. He's not here tonight. And Harry, if you're watching, we hope you're back very soon. This community loves you for all the things you've done. The voice of this, sport of sports in this area.
I second everything.
For so many years in so many different sports. Harry Karjanian. So I've known Harry forever, since I started here in 1981. Been a great help to me. And everybody wants you back, Harry, as soon as you're able.
Get well soon, Hank. Get real soon, Harry. Get real soon.
So here we go. Seemed like we started this a while ago. First down from the 46. Deep pass. Caught. Holmes stays on his feet. Touchdown. Oh, wow.
And remember, Ralph, I talked about him saying, I'm open in the seam, I'm open in the seam. Trust in your coaches. Trust in the eye in the sky. They will find you. And what a throw by Burrell.
Another look at the Port of Subs touchdown.
Burrell, I see you right there. What a seam route throw. Couldn't do it any better. And there's R.J. Holmes smelling the end zone. He's been there before on FNR, and he's got there again. Missed tackle, and he just wants it too bad there. Send it in, 1-1. I see you, R.J., for the TD.
With the extra point. Did you notice he did have his arm up when he was going out?
He still can't shake it a little, but he's better. He's better. And like I said, that is why you just hustle back to the huddle. Coaches will figure it out. This guy's wide open. Let's go back to that. They went back to the same side, same exact play. He's running through the seam. They just flopped it on the other side. All right, and I guarantee you somebody got in Elijah Burrell's ear when he came to the sideline and said, we're going to do this again. Look for RJ. And boy, did they find it. Man, did they find it. What a toss.
2 quick touchdowns for this offense in about the span of 2.5 minutes. 32-yard run by Taron Johnson. Then Elijah Burrell with a 46-yard touchdown pass to R.J. Holmes. And the first lead of the night for the Mustangs. Time for another kickoff sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Low bouncing kick, taken outside the 10 and coming back the other way. That's Xavier Haley on the return out across the 25.
Now it's getting a little chippy, Ralph. And trust me, it's like this all around town, these rivalry games.
There's a reminder coming up at your Xfinity halftime show featuring the Educator Spotlight. That's coming up at halftime. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second quarter.
All right, George. Can you say answer?
Can't even get a playoff before they call a timeout.
Tough to answer.
So they want to get it right. It's a second timeout, down to 1. You know, we saw a shot of that torch. It's like, if it reminds you of the Olympic torch in one of the end zones by the scoreboard with the flame, it is basically a tribute to the Olympians from this area. Sim Innes, his name is on the gym here. Of course, this is Bob Mathias Stadium. And if they would clear out some of these trees, you could see the boyhood home of Bob Mathias from the press box here. And I'll tell you, he was one of the most impressive men I've ever known. He was incredible. I really enjoyed talking to him about his Olympic experience. And beyond that, became a United States congressman. But there you see the torch,
beautiful,
that honors the Olympians here from this area.
Outstanding.
Gonzalez keeps it on first down, and he's pushed back after getting progress to the 30. Very short gain.
And Ralph, just to add a little to it, like that to me, Fresno State tells it. Dan Barrett, a former player here, introduced me to Bob Matthias, and he's just a gentle giant, so respectful, and you know, it was like he was giddy as a kid, and you know, here I am nervous just meeting the gentleman, but what a gentle giant he was.
Yeah, is such a class man. I saw some stuff that he had written in a book about his Olympic experience, and it was so, passes incomplete, it was so heartwarming the way he wrote his sister a letter or something about what they gave them. Can you believe they gave us pants and sweaters and shirts and things like that? And he was talking about one that he thought would be great for her. He'll give it to her when he gets back. And I asked him to read that on tape, and it was just really, yeah. And boy, to walk through his house and his hallway with the photographs that he had in there, unbelievable.
Wow, the museum itself.
It is. It was, yes. Oh, that ball's tipped around and nearly caught by Mikey Fisher.
He had 6 chances at it. Oh. And Gonzalez, he's got to understand a little touch. There's no seam. I mean, that's an 8-yard pass, and he's throwing a 4-seam fastball. I mean, you got to have a catchable ball as a quarterback. Some of these guys, they just want to heat it up. Well, that receiver's 8 yards away, and you see what almost happened. Disaster. Throw a catchable football. There's a time to zip, and that wasn't it.
They'll drop back and punt it now on 4th down. Fisher backs inside his 35. Cross midfield, but there's another Midland tractor flag on the play. More than one, as a matter of fact.
Block. On your flag.
It is, Ralph. You know, there's certain words I don't want to use, but think, guys. Think, guys. The back is to you. Fisher's on the right hash, returning it to the right sideline, and you're blocking a guy in the middle of the back.
First down.
And midfield. They've just got to be smarter than that.
I got a news flash for you, though, partner. It happens in the NFL on almost every kick play.
I just don't understand this. The block in the back happened at about midfield, almost where the coin toss would be. Meanwhile, Fisher's almost on the sidelines. Who's going to run him down there?
I was watching a couple games, and I was thinking, you know what? Maybe they ought to just outlaw that block in the back penalty. Because there were so many. It's ridiculous. Every kick, every punt, every kickoff, there's a block in the back.
These were blatant.
Burrell had room to run, but he threw it, and it's incomplete.
He's going to want it back. Now, the touchdown by Taron Johnson. Sherrill lost contain and let him in outside. Here's another situation where Burrell got outside. They've got to keep contained. They're blitzing. You know, and they're coming at, but you got to keep that outside shoulder free where this guy doesn't get around the edge on you. You've already seen a touchdown result and losing contain. And then that quarterback, like you said, Ralph, surprised he didn't tuck and go because he would have had green turf in front of him.
4 receivers in on 2nd down. Oh, that ball was hanging out there. Catch was made, but the defender, I think that was Haley, very close to making a move on intercepting that one.
Yeah, and Haley, he's the next best thing. Okay, you talk about Randy Jordan at Fresno State. Well, look for Xavier Haley going somewhere. I know Fresno State has shown a lot of interest in him already. So, well, like I said, these guys are young, but they are talented, and I will take talent over experience any day of the week.
Well, you think Romello Harris is going to have a guy to recruit?
Yeah, you know he's stepping in.
This is 3rd and 5.
Okay, you got Fisher one-on-one down below. They're going to talk about
timeout. Mustangs want to talk about it with 1:06 to go in the 2nd quarter.
See Ryan Rocha there. He was longtime assistant for Mark Rogers. I'm sure Mark is tuned in tonight. coaching over at El Diamante. He was defensive coordinator there.
It's impressive coaches. I'm looking at Marty Martin over there.
You got them
on
all
the Tulare side.
Silva used to be the head coach at Tulare West.
Look at that experience. What's that? Over 50 years combined coaching experience or more?
Yeah. But anyway, Rocha, here he is coming in from El Diamante, where he was longtime defensive coordinator. Took over of a failing program. There was no wins coming out of this Tulare Western program.
Marty Martin is wearing something
turnover
there,
chain. He's got turnover chain, no turnovers yet. But
he gets to wear it in the meantime, huh?
Anyway, Rocha played here at Tulare Western and was a baseball player. And one of his mentors is Ken Searcy, the baseball coach here. And he just loves the way he words things, where we're all in, where everybody's in. So Rocha said he was a pretty good outfielder, could run a little, just couldn't hit. He was a DH waiting to happen in the slot. They throw him out there on the field, but just couldn't hit it.
Pass is complete at midfield. And then out of bounds is Fisher. That'll be good enough for a first down. So it's a Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10.
Okay, bend it, don't break. That first down's not going to hurt you.
1 minute left. No timeouts for the Mustangs.
They wasted a lot with alignment things. And you think that wouldn't happen. Look, right now, still. And this shouldn't be happening in game 10. And I think I know the reason for that.
Just got it off in time. Now he's going to throw deep. Has a receiver out there.
He catch it? Yes, he did.
Oh, my gosh. They're going to say he made a catch. Now, let's see. They're going to have to talk about it. Mark Smith was out there.
They're going to give it to him? Let's see. Coming down the seam.
Well, he just unloaded it.
Yeah. And that, my friends.
That's terrible.
Boy, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was.
Oh, no, that's
yeah,
that did come out.
That's incomplete. Oh,
so
well.
That's a big play in this game, all the way down to the 12.
It is. What do you say? There's a back judge for that reason. And they blew it.
Fisher inside the 10.
With a wildcat. Remember, no timeouts.
Close to the 5.
No timeouts. This is when you have alignment.
You got to pretty much spike it here. 5 seconds. 4. Spikes it.
One more. I would take the field goal. I would take the field goal.
Wow, that's a unique. Let's say we take another look at the replay of that catch that we think is not a catch.
Well, right there, the back judge, he needs to be a little deeper too.
He's got the ball there. When he rolls over is when it pumps out.
Right, so he never has possession.
And then he loses it.
Well, they're going to go for it. Well, now there must have been a penalty that took place.
Something happened that took it down inside the 5.
Oh, they're still going to kick. Okay.
Wouldn't you give this a second thought now if you're at the 1 yard line?
No. I think both defensive play. Tulare's problem, they've given up the big play. But they've been pretty stout on run defense. I'd take the 3, and remember, it was a gift with the incomplete catch. If that makes sense.
Right.
Sometimes I amuse myself. The incomplete catch. I'd take the 3 and get out of Dodge.
Low snap. Kick is up. And it's good. So Valena with the field goal. Zeros on the clock. So Tulare Western, for trailing 7-0, scores 17 unanswered points and takes a 10-point lead to the locker room at halftime, but got a big gift, as you say. Let's set up the field goal. Officials are still huddled together down at the 20. but it's 17-7.
Well, and like I said, I think the back judge needed a little more depth, but that, you got two sets of eyes on that one. That would be the flank official and the back judge. And it happens. What do you say?
Send it downstairs to Kevin Miller. Kevin?
All right, thanks, Ralph. Here with Coach Rocha. Hey, big play at the end of the half, some big momentum. What do you got to do in the second half to maintain this lead?
You know what? Just the ground game starting to develop. Obviously, we've got some plays through the air. Those are big plays that we need. Defensively, keep doing what you're doing. They got one touchdown that, to be honest with you, should have been an interception. I'm not happy about it, but that kid knows and the defense knows. You give them nothing and you take from them everything.
Got it. Coach, go do it. He's taken and given the Mustangs in the second half. Ralph V-Dub, back to you.
Yeah, he took off like there was some of that birthday cake frosty waiting for him.
Perfect, Ralph.
The second quarter has been sponsored by Fashion Furniture across from River Park. There's nothing like it in all of California. We're at halftime. Tulare Western leads Tulare 17-7 in the Bell game.
Are we doing the tire roll? Okay. Yes, we will do the tire roll. They're just doing their band thing right now.
Not the
The halftime show is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity Internet delivers the fastest speeds in Fresno. Learn more at xfinity.com/xfi. And here to take us through halftime is Kevin Miller. Kevin?
All right, thanks, Ralph. Tonight's Scholar Athlete is brought to you by Subway. And I am here with senior from Tulare Western, Anna Porsche. Anna, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Porsche, is that French?
Yes, it is.
All right, parlez-vous français? Is it all right if I brag on you for just a little bit? 4.11 GPA, y'all. Several AP courses, and I understand you're involved in some sports here at Tulare Western. What sports?
At Tulare Western, I'm involved with volleyball, soccer, and track.
Gotcha. So well-rounded there. And with volleyball, what position do you play?
I play libero in volleyball.
Okay, and libero, can you explain that just a little bit for those at home?
Libero is basically the captain of the defense. I'm the one that has to lead the girls in the back to make sure that ball gets up to our hitters.
Yeah, running in, running out, making those plays. Anna Porsche. And then you are Madam President, is that correct?
Yes, I am. I am ASB president of Tulare Western.
All right, what do you love about being president?
I love that I get to make a connection, and I get to have a connection deeper with the students around me.
Yeah, making that leadership connection here on your campus. And then you're also involved with Feed the Need. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes, Feed the Need is basically 8 pizza parties that we throw for our homeless and our less fortunate around Tulare so that they can have just as much as we do. We give them things like food, we give them toiletries, we give them clothes because it does get really cold around here and we want to give back to them.
Oh, we appreciate how you give back to your community. And then as a senior, you have plans for next year. What are you thinking?
Yes, my plans are to go to a 4-year, hopefully Pepperdine, to follow in the steps of my brother. And I want to major in criminology so I can become a detective in the FBI.
All right, and the number 22 that you're wearing, that wouldn't be in reference to your brother, would it?
That would be my brother. Shout out to Ira.
Shout out Ira, number 22 in your program. Number 1 in her heart, that's for sure. So, Anna, you now become eligible for a $5,000 scholarship courtesy of Subway. That would be kind of handy at Pepperdine, yeah?
Yeah, it would be very nice.
And we appreciate all that you've done for Tulare Western and the community and our FNR family. So we award you this plaque, Anna Porsche, our Tulare Western Scholar Athlete, and we'll be back with more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. A's for Porsche. to the Educator Spotlight, one of our feature presentations here of halftime. And of course, we have our principals here from Tulare Union. Principal Nunley, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the invite.
Oh, you bet. And Principal Covert, how you doing this evening?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us. And they have been so gracious. They would like their students to represent what's happening on campus and in their community, because I'm surrounded by difference makers. And we've got leaders like Activities Director Mark Hatton, Activities Director Stephen Amundsen, and we've got some students here that are going to speak about the impact they're making. How about the Tulare Union Cares Closet? What is that?
So the TU Cares Closet is something we established last year at this school. It is not only a place for our fellow students to get any clothing or necessities they need, but also somewhere where our community can come, especially during the winter. It's starting to get cold, so anything you need, just stop by and make an appointment.
41 families thus far. They can load up their backpacks, have all the supplies they need. It's a wonderful thing. And then the heart and soul, we've got sold out for kids. What happens there?
So sold out for kids, we put brand new shoes on little kids from our elementary school that's right over there. And just,
we can see it.
Yeah.
We drove by it.
Yeah, we just put new shoes on kids that may not have had those before. So
how special is that to have a brand new pair of shoes for every elementary kid? Thank you so much for that. And then you talk about human kindness. We're talking about Project Z. What is that?
Project Z is an anti-bullying club that we find the quiet kid on the campus, and we want them to feel secluded and welcomed on our campus.
All right, and that inclusion is alive and well on Tulare Western's campus as well. And, dude, be nice. How can we be nice?
Okay, so Dude Be Nice Week is a week-long event at Tulare Western where we hope to engrave the act of kindness within our students.
All right, and then we feed the need as well at Tulare Western?
What Feed the Need is, it is a community service event that we do at Tulare Western where we go out to 8 different locations throughout Tulare and throw a pizza party basically. We team up with this local pizzeria, VIP Pizza, and we also donate clothes, hygiene products, and toys for the kids.
Love it. And then we love Friday night. That's one of our favorite days of the week. But Wednesdays is special in Tulare Western. Wellness Wednesdays?
Wellness Wednesdays are a partnership between the Pre-Med Club Seniors and Altera Centers for Health. And we put out a booth every Wednesday, first of the month, at Tulare Western around the library to be an outreach towards Tulare Western students in mental health needs.
Socially and emotionally taking care of their students. All of these students representing their schools so well and impacting their communities. The Educator Spotlight, Principal Nunley, thank you. Principal Covert, thank you so much. And we'll be back with more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. Y'all made an impact. Yes. Yes. I just did that, and did they just have it? I'm thinking about it. Did they start already? right, we are back with the Xfinity Halftime Report, and we're here with the Les Schwab Tire Manager from Porterville, Lane Holm. Lane, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, you know what time it is?
Yes,
it's the Tire Roll Cheerleader Relay Challenge. Oh, my goodness. Lane, who do you got? Oh, it's all Tulare Western. But wait a minute. The Union made a comeback. It's going to be a photo finish. We're going to have to check that out very soon. And speaking of checking things out, you have some inspections at Les Schwab that we can take advantage of.
Absolutely. We have our free pre-trip inspections. We invite our customers to come in. We're going to inspect your vehicles. We'll check out your brakes. We'll check out your tires. We'll check your battery. It's cold right now, so this is a very important time to be checking your air pressure in your tires, checking your battery, make sure it's strong. We do that for free.
So holidays are on the horizon, and it's important to get in there to get those things checked out. And then, speaking of holidays on the horizon, you've got a sale coming up. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So we've got a sale coming up. It's November, December. So it's for 2 months. It's a really good time to be looking at your tires. There's going to be a lot of traveling going on. So it's important to be looking at that stuff and not finding out when you're in the middle of it.
All right, well, we're coming in. And I'm sure our viewers have seen this. And it really correlates to how Les Schwab gives back to the community. And we've got something special going on right now for our community. What is it?
Absolutely. We've got our toy drive coming up. It's going to be going on through November and December. And we would invite you to bring in a free unwrapped toy for our boys and girls, and then we will be delivering those to the Portobello, and they'll be sending those toys out to our community. So, it's just a giving back to what you guys have done for us all year. We're happy to do that.
Love it, love it. So come in, make that donation, or you can donate with funds anyway to partner up with Les Schwab. And we appreciate Lane Holm, you partnering with FNR.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more Xfinity Halftime Report right after this. This thing's going to be full, right? We need several things.
Tonight's third quarter is sponsored by Keller Motors, home of the Keller Forever warranty. Now let's send it down to Kevin Miller with Coach Bennett.
All right, thanks, Ralph. Coach, down by 10, what's going to be the focus in the second half for the U?
Well, we need to make some plays. I think we got about 60 yards of offense. We're not getting it done. We got a lot of young kids, and hopefully they'll step up in the second half. And on defense, we can't give up the big plays. We give up a couple big plays that really hurt us.
All right, the plans are in place, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. Go get with your guys. Ralph V-Dub, who's going to ring that bell, baby? Back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Coach. 17-7, Tulare Western leading Tulare.
Yeah, he's right. They've got to find some offense. George Gonzalez, 4 for 32. 4 completions out of 13 for 32 yards. And leading rusher, it's KJ Daniels, 18 yards, 5 carries. That's not much. They have not mustered much. So they got to put something together. Sustained drive, and I think they're just getting themselves the blitz. And maybe I should put a check on the side of Tulare Western defense, is getting them in troubles. When you get second and long and third and long with a team like this, they're just not made that way. And I think the winner of this football game, Ralph, might be the one who establishes the run. I think the run is going to set up the pass. Now, on the other hand, we got Elijah Burrell with 164 yards tossing the ball all over the place there. So they've been very efficient with the pass. I think they need to, again, get Taron Johnson rolling, because a couple of those completions have been blown coverages. And they got a gift at the end. I mean, let's call a spade a spade.
They did. The second half kickoff is sponsored by JR Sports, ramming over the competition. Taking on a couple of bounces across the 20, the 25. Ball comes out, but after Gomez was down. I'm sorry, did I say Gomez? That's Haley.
Alcantar, you see how valuable he is. Plays on special teams too. The knee quite down. Easy call for the referee.
There are no easy calls.
Well, easy. Yeah. No kidding. I'll take that back.
From the 27. Low pass. James stumbled forward.
And like I said, Ralph, when you do these smoke routes, when you do these bubble screens, you've got to get it where these guys can run. Mm-hmm. You know, and if they're bending over trying to catch the ball there, they just can't. Like I said, all they need to do is make one guy miss and have the other receivers get in front of someone. But that can't happen. You get out of rhythm when you have to go down on a knee and catch the football.
Yeah, and in high school, if you go down on a knee to catch it, that's where it's dead.
Yeah.
Now the pitch. KJ Daniels crossed the 35, out across the 40.
Some positive yardage.
And a first down.
Little toss sweep for the youngster. Right there. Excellent job. .54, Joe Russo, just getting in the way sometimes. Just getting in the way. Isaac Infante kind of took himself out of the play. He's got to come in with a strong shoulder and squeeze that thing.
Gonzalez going to throw deep. Lets it go. Has a receiver out there, nearly caught. Off the fingertips of James.
Yeah. And I saw this earlier in the year with the, and I forget the young man's name, the quarterback of Porterville. He just throws it too flat. You got to get air underneath it. A little more air underneath it and let him clear. That was a pretty good throw, though.
Yeah, that was right on the hands.
Yeah, pretty good throw. But you let him use his speed. Get that thing out there about 10 yards further. A little more loft where he can run down and he'll really separate.
Here's Daniels to the near side.
And Russo does a good job. Ooh, Russo. Man. Joe Russo means business. He wants that bell to stay at home.
One of those guys who goes offense and defense.
I thought it was old school Gene Upshar, the Packer sweep. Look at 54 out in front. Wham, wham, and not going in wide base and driving his legs all the way through. Ran his defender back about 12 yards. That's how you play the offensive guard. Very athletic for a big body. 54, Joe Russo getting it done. And
this was going to be a third down. And
okay, officials timeout, because usually this is where they get themselves in trouble with false starts and different things like that. And anticipate blitz. So let's see if they can throw together a screen pass here. The way Tulare Western has been blitzing, I think, backpedal a little, throw a little screen out there. You could get some positive yards. Well, they're going to go short side. Okay, and you say why short side? Because usually a lot of defenses on that third and that many yards, they will slant to the wide side. So I see what they were trying to do.
Now let's see if they'll go for it on fourth down. It's fourth and about 4.
Yeah, this isn't 2 or 3.
Yeah, most likely he's going to drop back and punt.
Well, they're going for it. There's only one way to sell something that, a terrible call. Mind you, it was fourth and about, 4? 5? That's a terrible call. And I'm not sure the mindset on that.
Yeah, he took a pretty good hit as well.
Short side of the field.
And we were looking at the roster. One quarterback is listed. Got 3 kickers on the roster, but just one quarterback listed, and I'm sure they have a backup.
Well, I'm not even going to hide it. I do not like that call. And I don't know if they gave him the option to do that, or was he supposed to try and draw off sides and go in the punt? Missed tackle.
Johnson runs out of bounds at the 35. And now the Mustangs seem to have it rolling.
Well, that's a big momentum swing there. And you could see if it was fourth and they went for it and threw out a pass, but that was a terrible call. Missed tackle. And I'll tell you what, Taron Johnson, when he was a little kid, and you know how you play tag, he was never it. He was never it.
Nobody's catching him.
Nobody's tagging him. So those missed tackles, which should be a 2-yard loss, are 12-yard gains.
He's in trouble now.
Yeah, sideline. They got the best defense in the world, sidelines. Just leveraging. I'm just a little baffled on that fourth down call. Not sure what was behind that call. In fact, Ralph, it wasn't even a good call for 1st and 10.
Coaches are talking it over right now.
EJ and his son trying to figure it out.
No gain on that play. 2nd and 10.
Up route.
Fisher breaks a tackle.
Not for long. All right, and this is when Nunley and company, they really got to bow their neck. And you cannot allow them a score here. With the way that offense on Tulare has sputtered, you cannot allow any points.
Third and 6. Tulare Western trying to sustain a drive, already leading by 10. Well, has a receiver wide open, makes the catch. That'll be another first down. Mark Smith on the receiving end.
Yeah, and Mark Smith, a track guy for Tulare Western, 4.0, another bright student in this game. Just a little roll pass, and this why both the Burrells, if you didn't know, they're going to Davidson College, and they chose that school as they were hounded by Ivy League. Got a little sniff of Stanford and things like that, but they are just outstanding students. Congratulations to the Burrell family, both students, both young student athletes going to head to Davidson after this and play in a real strong league.
On the Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10, had the move, He was open. Ball was overthrown. Johnson was wide open. And I imagine Holmes had his hand up again.
Yeah, Holmes is always open. Holmes is open when he got out of the locker room. Don't they know that?
You can live tweet Kevin Miller at hashtag FNR Fresno on whom you think is the player of the game. Brought to you by Donald P. Dick.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Ralph, it's kind of selfish to me. Having played the position, you know.
Well, you want to make sure your quarterback sees.
Yeah, I understand that, but look.
We're going to start raising our arms up here.
He's got a lot on his plate. For a receiver to go, hey, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open.
Oh, he's going to make you eat those words. Yeah. Watch out now. Oh, nearly picked off.
Very close.
Fisher, the intended receiver.
Yeah.
That was Thomas Garcia.
Yeah, and Thomas Garcia did everything except one small detail. He dropped the rock.
Which is why you tell me he is a defensive back.
Yeah, I tell this to Rod Webster all the time, former Fresno State guy. I go, difference between a wide receiver and a DB is wide receivers can catch. Same type of athleticism. Right there. And probably if he had his hands the other way, he might have hauled it in. But that is close to pick 6. Where are you at?
Johnson he just cuts inside the blocker, dragged down from behind at about the 12.
And he's making it very difficult for inside linebackers Josh Rodriguez and Bear Nunley. They just can't get there in time. That's pretty good team defense, except what do you do when the O runs faster than the X? You got everybody in place, but the O is faster than the X. I say it all the time. Sometimes it's not about X's and O's. It's about Franks and Joes.
This is a 4th and 2 play now. High snap comes to Johnson directly.
Oh, my. Welcome.
Got hit and pushed back.
Oh, hello.
So that is the defense that Coach Bennett was talking about.
Woo. Big stop. That is stop of the game. Who do we got coming here? Did you get the number of that truck? Well, Josh Rodriguez, baby.
Rodriguez again.
Yeah. And that's how you play football, ladies and gentlemen. That is backyard drills right there. He centers in on the tackle. His first step, he throws the club. Second step, he squeezes, and then he keeps his legs going all the time. Hit on impact and drove. Good hitters or good knee benders. Josh Rodriguez bringing the wood.
Gonzalez trying to throw on first down. Tosses it forward. His running back was in the vicinity. It'll be incomplete.
Yeah. And just not enough time. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4 receivers out, and just not enough time because they are coming after him. Screen game. Bubble screen game. This is what we need.
All right, here's tonight's cheer challenge, sponsored by Les Schwab Tires. Tulare Western on the far side.
Didn't they, Ralph? You see me rolling. You're hating. They were rolling on 84s.
The cheer challenge, sponsored by Les Schwab Tires.
Okay, again, spreading them out. Let's see what happens here. Empty set again. Get rid of the ball because they're coming.
Didn't get rid of it there. Didn't get rid of it there. Now he throws it up for grabs. Incomplete.
Just discombobulated on offense. Can't handle all the pressure that's going to him, And that's what happened. You send this many people out. Boy, it looks great on chalk, doesn't it? But look, you see Alcantara seeking and destroying, and just, that is just jump ball.
Yeah, you got to remember, too, he is a sophomore playing probably the most important game of his career, the Bell game.
And more importantly, he started at outside linebacker.
Yep.
So it's not like he played quarterback all the way through. It'd be a little different if it was Nate Lamb back there. Nate Lamb making the travel team for Fresno State. Congratulations, Nate.
3rd and 10. Boy, and one of the receivers on the far side is waving at the quarterback, and there's nobody covering him. But the handoff's going to get him the first down, KJ Daniels. You talked about Holmes raising one hand. On the other side of the field, that was Julian Espinoza with both arms up. And nobody's watching me. Nobody's covering me.
Oh, too funny. Get him going.
That's Alithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10.
Wow.
Gets him out of a hole. Daniels again, and you know, you look at him, and I keep thinking that you're saying he's a freshman. He's a freshman. He's a freshman.
You know, and he's got to do freshman things, which means, and I'm sure in Pop Warner, he ran everyone. All he had to do was take the ball and run to the outside, and he probably outran anyone. Well, you can't do that with the speed at this level. You got to be patient. You got to wait for guys like Russo to kick people out and follow his lead and things like that. So, you know, he's going to be a good one, but he's still got a long ways to go.
He knows how to play.
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
No.
Incomplete.
No.
Alvarez, the intended receiver.
Yeah, you can't throw that thing.
Valencia, the defender, had hands on it.
Oh. You ever heard the term small village? He's thrown into a small village here. This is not open. And Valencia tried to high point it. Good job by the receiver trying to break it up at least. But they had that covered all the way around. And the deep ball, it just isn't there like it has been the past couple of years.
3rd and 8.
Yeah. And speed up. Pitch. Oh.
Gonzalez did not pitch.
Oh.
Dropped at the 35.
He's going to hate himself on film on that one. Speed option is there. They just did a little speed option. The pitch is there. And I think Daniels turns the corner. He did a good job of getting the defense to pursue him and angle on him. That's got to be pitch. I like the call. I just don't like the execution. And here we go again.
On 4th down, he'll drop back and punt. End over end kick. Fisher at the 35. 40.
There's a hold.
Stopped at the 45.
Yeah, I thought they had a hold. They got away with one.
Don't see a flag.
They got away with one.
4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Tulare Western with a 10-point lead and the football when we come back. Leading by 10. Mustangs take over from the 45. Fisher with the catch. Breaks one tackle. Yeah. Another. The ball comes out. And it looks like Tulare Union may have it.
And Ralph, Let's see who has this thing. It is a war down below. A street brawl. Now, look, this is what happens when you can throw this ball and you get the ball in stride. You make people miss like that. It's got to do a better job of ball security. I think that was Willie James that pulled it loose.
Garcia had it, and then it's loose again, but they come up with it. Donovan Wood is getting congratulations.
But back to my point, the good things happen when you can throw it and they can run with it in stride.
So it looks like Wood made the recovery. Tulare takes over at the 37. So a reprieve for the Tribe. Daniels.
Better job. Yeah.
Across the 40. Looks like Private Miller's about to earn his birthday cake frosty with sprinkles. Let's send it downstairs. Push-up time.
Friday Night Rivals is powered by the U.S. Army, and we are here with Sergeant Miles. Sergeant Miles, what's about to go down during this bell game?
Great push-up competition tonight between Tulare Western and Tulare Union. Both these awesome competitors here have already been entered into an awesome raffle for an Xbox game package for Fortnite. We also have some great swag prizes here for them as well, so they get to walk away with something tonight, so they're not leaving here empty-handed.
All right, Speaking of awesome, will it be from Tulare Union, awesome Alex, or will it be from Tulare Western, awesome Adrian? Adrian, how many push-ups you going to do, man?
I'm going to do as many as I can.
All right, or one more than this guy over here, right? Hey, I'm joining in. I want that Xbox. I want that Army swag, too. Let's go, Sergeant Miles, get it off. Let's go. Alex, Adrian, let's get this done. Set it off.
Get set, begin.
Core, set. This is the way the U.S. Army does it. Notice Alex and Adrian, they're rushing it. I'm pacing myself. I'm already at 52, 53. Let's keep the conversation going. They're going to keep it going. And hashtag FNR Fresno, FNR, powered by the U.S. Army. Ralph B-Dub, all night long. We're ringing this bell. Let's do these push-ups as soon as the camera goes on. I got 40.
Good job, guys.
42.
Tulare has something going now at the 48 with a 1st and 10, sponsored by Lithia Subaru Fresno.
It's called feeding the freshmen, running the football. Guys up front, taking ownership of this game.
Down here.
James with a catch, trying to maneuver through traffic. Gain to the 47 of the Mustangs.
Getting there.
Picked up 5.
Yeah. And what they need to do, perhaps, to get the ball to James, line him up in the backfield, start putting him in motion. I think it's easy to chalk against him when he's just out there at wide receiver. You get a safety and a corner that just double him right off the get-go. Move him around, get him going back and forward where it's tougher to double him.
2nd and 5, and there was some movement on the Tulare side, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
And this just kills them. I mean, every time they've converted a first down, it's been about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. When they get into themselves in 3rd and 8, they're just not there this year. Remember a couple years, Kaz Allen was, 3rd and 38, and he'd get it. 3rd and half a mile, and Kaz could pull that first down. It's just not that easy now.
Well, from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 10. Gonzalez going to throw. It's hanging out there again for a long time. Pass is complete to Guerrero. And got that penalty yardage back.
Right, and very good Isaiah Gomez coming up, and sure tackle. And you haven't seen a lot of missed tackles in one-on-one coverage. With a lot, not only the linebackers, but definitely the secondary of Tulare Western. Real true tacklers.
Want to remind you, immediately following the game, you can watch Charmed only on the CW 59. So 3rd and 5. The pitch, and nothing doing.
They are just short side and living by it.
Gain of maybe 2.
Living
Abraham
by the
Diaz
short
on the
side.
tackle.
And, you know, a lot of these coaches are a lot smarter than me, but there has to be a reason they are running short side.
Well, they're going to change sides because time has run out in quarter number 3, and tonight's third quarter has been sponsored by Keller Motors, home of the Keller Forever Warranty. We'll be back for the fourth after this. Welcome back to Bob Mathias Stadium. Tonight's fourth quarter is sponsored by Midland Tractor. Team Midland keeps you growing with solutions. Fourth down, 4th and 3 for Tulare. Gonzalez will throw, incomplete. Looking for James again. Tulare turns it over on downs.
Yeah, and he's been on alert the whole night. They were very conscious where number 1 was. They made it clear he was not going to be there. And now he's got to flop over and play defense along with Haley. And you're asking a lot of this defense the second half to try and shut this team down.
Teams played scoreless third quarter. Johnson dragged down for a loss of about 2.
What a play.
Elijah Calvaca.
Yeah, Calvaca. Not only did he stay, and you talk about keeping that right shoulder in and the left arm free out there, not only did he have contained, but he had the strength to drive back the lineman and make the tackle.
Second and 12. Gain out close to midfield to the 49.
Okay, another big stop. About 3rd and 7.
Third down play.
Yeah.
Say it's 3rd and 6.
And they're going to be a little methodical. A little methodical with the way they walk to the huddle, with the way they do things, just trying to work that clock. 10-point advantage. That clock is your ally.
Fisher slips for a loss back inside the 45. It'll be 4th down, and Tulare Western went backward.
How about that Tulare defense, though? They have bowed their neck and showed up big this second half. Stopping short fields, making losses.
You're going to have to keep making plays like that while the offense tries to catch up.
Offense got to get going here.
Don't know how many possessions you have left on offense. High short punt.
Backspin on it.
It did. It took a Tulare bounce to outside the 40.
If you've never seen Ralph with an 8-iron, that's how his ball works on that green, right?
That's sideways.
Oh.
So the Tribe will take over from the 42. Pretty good field position. Desperately needing to get something
they got to get
on the
going.
board.
They need some points. They move the ball, but then it just sputter, 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 sputter.
That pass is complete for a short gain.
Yeah.
Julian Espinoza made the catch. They'll give him progress to the 46.
And what did I say about that secondary at Tulare Western? You catch it, you drop. It's that simple. There is no yards after the catch with this secondary. Positive yardage, that's all you're worried about if you're Tulare. There we go.
Daniels the far side. Got a pretty good block. Russo with the block, but then the defenders really converged.
Now he's looking for the cutback. He's very conscious of the cutback. On one of these carries, he needs to just bounce outside to stretch him out some, just to give that fear factor that he will head for the side. You see how Taryn Johnson has gone outside?
Yep, that's how he got that touchdown.
Yeah, that's how he got the touchdown. Now, once in a while, KJ's got to just bounce that thing outside. Then that's going to help with the cutback later on.
All things the freshman will learn, right?
And he'll see it on the film. He will see it in the film study.
Yeah, he cuts it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Got very close to the first down.
He's going to get better and better with every carry.
But if he's setting them up for the bounce outside, that might work.
Hard plant there. Good cut in there. Get in there. Good. Just what he needed. He needed, what, 6 yards? Got 6.5.
Got it. It's another Lithia Subaru Fresno 1st and 10. Now at the 48 of Tulare Western. Clock continues to run. 8:20 to go.
Yeah. And you talk about Tulare's defense. What about Tulare Western's? Bowing their neck. Trying to pitch a goose egg in the second half.
Gonzalez with about 3 pump fakes, throwing into traffic again. Incomplete, and there's a flag.
Well,
Midland Tractor flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Offensive pass interference.
Pass interference?
No.
Defense.
On defense. And again, he's just waiting too long. This ball shouldn't be thrown. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll try to get a look.
Yeah, Burrell talking to the official. I don't know what he did.
He just wants to know what.
And timeout taken by Tulare Western. Here's another look at the interference.
Poorly thrown ball. Shouldn't be thrown. Look at all those blue shirts there. No. Let the kids play. Let the kids play. They're both pushing. They're both joshing for position. Yeah, I don't like the call at all. Don't like the call at all.
All right, we'll be back with 8:06 to go. 17-7, Tulare Western with the lead. First and 10, Tulare. Trying to cut into the 10-point deficit at the hands of Tulare Western.
JJ.
Daniels to the 25, and then there's action after the play. I don't think the officials saw that.
Well,
Back was
Brown. Mad Max getting his shot in.
There was a late something away from the ball, but they let it go. About an 8-yard pickup.
There's good job again. Just now. We don't see it at the end.
2nd and 2. Gonzalez keeps it, and he's going to be buried back at the 25.
That's too much speed on that defense.
Okay, we found the Smile section.
Yeah, we did.
Smile Cam, sponsored by Toyota.
Pearly Buds. Redskinettes. Smile. I still say Wendy has the best smile of the night.
3rd and 2. Oh. Boy. No, nothing there again.
Okay, and look, Ralph, they bring in a safety, they bring in a linebacker, and you get penetration by the defense. That's tough. There's too many, and just beats him off the spot there. He didn't make the tackle.
DJ Steverson.
Yeah, I'm talking about Steverson, but yeah, he made it happen. Big down here.
They'll go for it on 4th and 2. Gonzalez pushing the pile and then some.
How's that? How is that for a forward lean?
So he busted right into the Toyota red zone and picked up 1st and 10.
And look at all the big boys up front going to work.
Steverson on the tackle.
Yeah. Tinoco, Sanchez, Montano, Russo, and Brown. That's called push.
The Tribe's best scoring opportunity in a long time, and then he's going to get sacked. Salazar.
They were staying positive, but not anymore.
He saw a big 51 right in
Well, inside out. Inside out, you've got to know, if you're John White, he went and blocked. There was too much leakage, number one, but he went and blocked the outside instead of inside out. You always block inside out. I don't know if that might have helped either. Just too much leakage. Got to get rid of it.
He does, and it's intercepted. This is Mikey Fisher taking it back the other way. Is anybody going to catch him? One to beat. Got a blocker ahead of him. Now he cuts across the field. Inside the 10, 5. Touchdown, Tulare Western.
And Ralph, comparable to Jose Reyna at Fresno State. There's a safety on top. You've got to know that. You've got to know that. There's a 2-dot safety just waiting there. Now it looks like a drill. They try to double move, but remember, there's a safety on top. So the double move does nothing, and here's one of the best athletes in the area.
Boy, they even had numbers on him. They had 3 guys around him, and they couldn't figure out where he was going to go.
Martino did a great job of just shielding, not trying to get a block in the back, just staying in front. A good hustle play. And Mickey Fisher, he knows how to send it in.
That was another look at the Portasubs touchdown. There's an injured player on the field for Tulare Union, but it looks like an 85-yard return by Mikey Fisher.
And they tried a double move, which is fine against man, but there's just the safety on top waiting for you. And that thing is it's got to be thrown. He's got to release outside and it's got to stay outside. And maybe you've got room in between the corner and the safety, but throwing it up like it was man coverage, no, he didn't beat just the corner because there's a safety on top. And Ralph, first thing coming to my mind, how do they exchange the bell?
Yeah, do you come over and get it?
Yeah, do they come over and get it?
Good luck with that.
I know at the Mount Whitney Redwood game, they wait, and you have to present it at a rally. You have to present it at a rally on Monday. The Cowhide, but it doesn't look like Redwood's going to lose it. It's Burrell.
Here's a drive of the game, brought to you by Lithia Subaru.
And it was tough.
This is Johnson.
Yep.
Finds that green grass on the outside, and there he goes for the touchdown.
Easy. If it was flag, he would have scored. If it was touch football, he would have scored.
Quick drive, 3 plays, drive for the game, sponsored by Lithia Subaru Fresno. Stay tuned to the conclusion of tonight's game for the post-game wrap-up, sponsored by 5150 and the presentation of the Donald P. Dick Player of the Game. That's the post-game wrap. Let's send it downstairs to Kevin Miller while they've now called an ambulance out to take care of the injured player. Kevin?
Yes, y'all. Who's got the vibe? It's the Tribe, y'all. The Tribe of Tulare. Hey, what's good about being part of the Tribe?
We're one family.
Let's go, family. What's good about being part of the Tribe?
I love Union so much because we have the heart of the Tribe.
The heart of the Tribe. There's still time for the Tribe. Let's keep the conversation going at hashtag FNR Fresno. Ralph, V-Dub, back to you. Let's go to you.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Let's talk about what's coming up for us.
Oh,
we're going to take a couple weeks off. While the playoffs start.
Semis and finals.
Mm-hmm.
Strong possibility if Hanford keeps winning, we might get out that way. I would say definitely the finals on the day after Thanksgiving. We should be at Central. I hate to put it that way.
Again.
It would take Central's going to have to play real bad, and somebody's going to have to play real good for them not to make
Where
it
the
to
Grizzlies
finals.
have been just, they got it all going right now.
A machine. An absolute machine, you know. I'd say Hanford, and let me just guess. If I had to go, Division II, the number 1 seed should be Hanford. The 4 seed will probably be Sanger or Redwood.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine it'd be a Hanford-Redwood rematch of an earlier game, or it could be Sanger and Hanford rematch of an earlier game too. So toughest thing to do is beat a team twice in a season.
So you like Hanford, you like Central?
I like Hanford, I like
finals.
Central in the finals. Now, winning is a whole different thing. So, hey, let's talk about some of the other players that have been in this game. You know, you talk about Ryan Benjamin, Kenny Chapman. How about Chet Brooks? Tyrone Watley Jr., all from Tulare Western, played at Pacific. Tulare Union. How about Wayne Ross? Brian Haley, Alfred Jackson, played at San Diego State, all of them. Ron Lee, Neutron Flowers, played at Washington State University. Derek Burrell from Tulare Western, played at Boise State. And, of course, his kids are the twins, Elijah and Jordan. Bobby Pierce, Tulare Western, track athlete. A couple of NFL guys from Tulare. Virgil Green, Nevada, still playing in the NFL. And, of course, Bryce Harris had a nice little career at the NFL, but comes out now and works with Tulare Union. He'll be out there once a week and practicing. So a lot of great names to mention. The fire police captain, Charlie Shemenlide, former player. So a lot of special names in this football contest.
I should point out that we are filling time, basically, while they attend to the injured Tulare player down on the field. He's blocked off right now. His teammates are coming up. We don't need to see that again. Oh, boy.
Ouch.
Okay. So that explains why the ambulance is here and the stretcher is out. So it's going to be a while before they take care of that young man. and get him off the field into the hospital. The assistant coach that was up here in the booth has left, so.
Yeah, it's turned out the lights, and it's just, and, you know, if you look at Tulare Union, you just got to say they've got to get some things going on offense.
Mm-hmm.
And their defense has played well. Their defense played well enough to win it. I would say their defense is responsible for 14 points. That's about it. And a couple big plays where they lost contain. And a big play to Holmes. But other than that, they've been pretty solid.
And for Tulare Union, you have to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
You have young players all still figuring things out.
Right.
And trying to get some experience at this level, at the varsity level. So,
remember, going through some former players here, if you missed it earlier, and I got to brag about my old teammate at Fresno State. Doesn't have the Jerry curl anymore, but still looking good, Lavelle Thomas. Number 34 at Fresno State, and just a combination of power and speed. He will be happy to know the score of this game tonight. Played at Fresno State, was a part of a couple Cowboys himself, and a little bit of a cup of coffee, as I'd like to say, with the Green Bay Packers. I know he comes down here and does a lot of football camps in the area, so good to see Lavelle Thomas. And, of course, on the other way around, Emory Edwards. Somebody text him. But be careful with that text, because that text is going all the way to Hawaii. It might cost me $15.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's in Hawaii right now. But everybody let everyone know that my guy E Squared is getting recognized there. And
did you ever play over in Hawaii?
Oh yeah.
Anything funny ever happen over there? Like, so the police escort never shows up, or you get a wake up call at 3:30.
It was funny because I'll never forget. When we're running up on the field, we're warming up on the field, and we're stretching, and you can hear the band, the Hawaii band, putting themselves together, boom, 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 warming up, and all of a sudden Hawaii takes the field, and they start blaring the theme song to Hawaii 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. And then they're running by us while we're on the ground stretching, they're yelling, dog meat, dog meat. That wasn't nice. That wasn't nice, but, yeah, great atmosphere there. The Islanders, they rally around the troops there, but some good things going on with a lot of Fresno State guys headed over. And, of course, Kaz Allen finally gotten his eligible and playing for UCLA and balling out there. And, yeah, Ulysses Munoz, San Diego, Sacramento State, he's there, of course. So, a lot of good things going on with Tulare Union and Emory Edwards, like I said, the all-time section leader in receptions, 262. And doing my math, Jalen McMillan has 227, thanks to Bob Barnett. Again, week in, week out. Couldn't do a lot of these things without Bob Barnett. But week in, week out, let's see, Jalen McMillan, 227 reception. And I figure he'll have, counting tonight, probably 4 games to reach Emory. Yeah. Going to be close.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be close.
4:53 to go here in the fourth. There's still medical attention down on the field for one of the players. Actually, I see a second ambulance has arrived here, so I'm not sure what that means. But we will step aside and take a break. Welcome back, everybody, to Bob Mathias Stadium. Sophomore Gabriel Montano is the injured Tulare Union player, offensive lineman, being taken out in an ambulance after suffering that lower leg injury.
Well,
and about 15 minutes ago, it happened on a touchdown play.
The fat lady has not sung. The fat lady has plugged in her mic. That is for sure. That is a backbreaker.
The extra point is put through the uprights by Diego Villega. 24-7. Tulare Western extends its lead. Did we ever decide how the bell is going to be exchanged if it is to be exchanged tonight?
That is a great question. I would think for safety reasons, that you do it on Monday or something like that and drive it over. Have student leadership drive it over. That would be the safe way to do it.
Yeah, there's big kind of a pall cast over this one anyway with the
not only that,
injury.
what I've noticed, if we can get a shot at the bell, you get to paint it.
Yeah. School colors, right?
Your school colors. So there's a tradition right there like no other.
Yeah, USC and UCLA have the same thing. Victory bell changes colors when it changes hands.
Yeah. So this thing's going to be painted. That gold was starting to rust in there. Not anymore. Get some blue on it. Congratulations, Ryan Rocha. They'll out the bell.
Salazar with the kickoff. James backs up to the 8. Looking for blocking as he gets across the 20 and taken down at about the 23. Waiting for an injury report from Kevin Miller. And we'll send it down to him as soon as we need to. Meanwhile, this drive begins at the 24. And I'm told Kevin is ready to tell us an injury report on the young man who was injured.
Yeah, Ralph, thanks. Number 50 offensive lineman Gabriel Montano, severe right leg injury. The extent we're not quite sure as of yet. Initially, paramedics arrived, and then a second unit of paramedics to transport him. But just a testimony to the love and care for Tulare's own. School leadership from both schools was tending to him. And then we had this solidarity on both sides, Tulare Union and Tulare Western. As a matter of fact, the entire Tulare Western team was huddled up in a circle on one knee in silence, in prayer for Gabriel.
Dead ball.
And so it's a real special community, obviously. Yes, the Bell game is on the line. Yes, it's a rivalry, but it's a family here in Tulare. And so our hearts and prayers go out to Gabriel as he gets well. Ralph, V-Dub, back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin. So the penalty on that play, late hit. 1st and 10 now on the 47 for the Tribe. Gonzalez looking, jumps, and is dropped, loses the football. Still loose.
It is a scrum. Who knows who had it first? Yeah.
The Tulare Western sideline and some of the players are pointing their way. Gonzalez, the quarterback, is coming off the field. Well, he's just coming over to get a call. He's going to try a jump pass, and the ball came out.
And Russo tried to run with it.
Well, they'll spot the ball at the 43. Tulare Union keeps it. 2nd and 14. Tulare has had a lot of 2nd and 14, 3rd and 12.
Yeah, and they've had alignment problems and guys switching sides and things like that. And it might be something to do with, you're still learning, you're still getting better, and you're tweaking. Whereas Tulare Western, as you said, is a veteran team. And they come in, and it's not necessarily their opponent, it's what they do best. Well, with young kids like this, you're still moving kids around and saying, well, he doesn't run this well, he doesn't do this thing well, and things like that. So you're still trying to improve each week. Well, and I think that's kind of caught up with them, with Tulare Western being the better team here tonight.
.336 to go.
Yeah. And one thing I talked with Coach Bennett, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to read the papers here this week, but he will praise Tulare Western. And that's one thing that he learned as a young coach. You always praise the opponent. Never say what we did wrong or we couldn't do. He will find a way to praise the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that about him.
So it is 2nd and 14. Gonzalez pumps, now unloads. Caught, I think, but out of bounds.
Yeah. And again, a man below, a man on top. It's just been tough. No breathing room for James.
3rd down, 14 to go.
Again, if they're going to get in the ball, they might want to put him in motion, get him going one side to the other, where they just can't dig in their feet, jam a guy, have a safety on tape, watching his reliefs and things like that.
Here comes the blitz, passes away and caught. Perfect pass.
Yeah, best
nice
throw of the
catch.
night. Best
Espinoza.
throw of the night.
I'm sorry. Check that. That's 19 Alvarez. Pedro Alvarez.
Best throw of the night. Wow, that was a small window to get it in. He did it.
That was a porthole.
Yeah.
Pedro Alvarez, the sophomore. Sophomores and juniors, a lot of them sprinkled in with some freshmen.
Right.
Going for him again, this time a little too tall, incomplete.
And Valencia's done a good job back there. I like his game. Now, they got to be smart about this and, no cheap shots or things like that. Let's play the game the right way.
Under 3 minutes to go. This will be 2nd and 10 from the 40. Daniels inside the 30, close to the 26. Before he's run out of bounds. And you talk about the offense, you realize the touchdown came in the first quarter with about 2 minutes to go and nothing offensively since.
Nothing. On their neck. Daniels getting to about the brightest spot on offense tonight. Has been this young freshman. He's gotten better with each carry in the second half. They're not going anywhere, Ralph. They smell Bell.
Yeah, you want to stick around for that, that's for sure.
Stick around for that, yeah. They smell Bell.
Gonzalez running to the far side this time, around the 20, and runs out of bounds inside the 20. I got a text here from Derek Dominguez, says he was former athletic director, yes, and assistant principal at Tulare Western. They put the bell away after the third quarter.
Okay.
The bell is exchanged on Monday morning between the two programs. The new school has a special rally during lunch where the bell is painted in school colors by the football team and the coaches.
Oh, very
Bell
nice.
is then taken to a professional paint shop where it's painted professionally in school colors. Mr. Dominguez is now the principal at Sierra Vista Charter School in Tulare.
That's awesome.
But he's watching us and heard we want to know how it gets exchanged.
How do we learn a lot of things, Ralph? Viewers, I'm telling you, they text
That's
me.
great, isn't it?
And everybody's looking like, you guys have your cell phones up there? This is why. The information you get, Taryn Johnson, related to Kaz Allen, just things like that we can't pick up on our own.
Well, Derek Dominguez says to tell Vince hi.
All right, yeah. I've worked with Derek in section finals time, all the time.
Midland Tractor flag on the play.
That is reason number 658. We keep our cell phones going. We listen to you out there, people. I mean, last week we needed information on who the girl was signaling in from Clovis High.
Personal foul,
started
face
popping
mask.
up that way. So we listen. This is not just Ralph and Vince's broadcast. It's your broadcast, people. Thanks to Daryl Martin, former Tulare star. Played with him at Fresno State. Daryl
Saul is upended as he can't find anybody open again.
Well, all these names I was reeling off about former players. I think that's Daryl Martin. Daryl was when I was a senior, I believe he was a freshman coming in from Tulare Union, and moved him from wide receiver. He had a successful career as a wide receiver, moved him to defensive back, and boy, he could roam that secondary. So, O-Dub, his nickname, I'll let him explain that to you. Daryl Martin. Just going through the Tulare encyclopedia here, Wikipedia of former players for me.
Well, Gonzalez is wrapped up, gets away, and the ball comes loose. He tried to shovel it ahead to the receiver, couldn't catch it.
And again, they're trying to double move on the edge, but it's just nothing's working. There's a safety on top. I think they've gone to that a little too many times there, especially when it just gets picked off and gone and taken the other way 85 yards.
He's getting a lot of pressure early, too, which is making him run for his life while he's trying to find somebody open.
Yeah, they just didn't scheme it right tonight. Just too much pressure on him. When you can't run the football, you're kind of just cornered in what you can do. Yeah, and then playing from behind doesn't help at all anyway. They got their ears pinned back and just coming after.
Now he's got some time. Dumps it off. This is Daniels trying to get to the end zone. Touchdown.
There's the bright spot.
That's the way you want to end it, with a positive note.
Yeah, and he's been the positive.
Another look at the Florida Subs touchdown. It's a race to that pylon right there, and he got it. And he's going to get a lot more before his career is done.
Only
Just a freshman.
14 years old. Are you kidding me? Playing in big boy football.
Padilla on to attempt the extra point for the Tribe. Pretty good looking kicker, puts it through. 1:33 to go. 24-14 Tulare Western with the lead.
Well, this ought to be fun. The onside kick on the turf.
Yep.
You'll get a bounce. And this is why we practice it. Correct? That's what you say. And this is why we practice onside return.
I loved your Halloween costume, by the way.
You got to see that. I'm surprised you didn't send it to these guys and have them bring it up.
Yep, it was a variation of Indiana Jones.
Yeah. There you go.
Very authentic. I liked it.
Don't tell Kevin. He won't want me to do it every year. Here we go. Onside kick. Oh. A heat-seeking missile. Not only did Diego Villeda recover it, but he had the presence to get down. Get down on it. Great hands and go straight down. Whoop.
That's the kicker.
Top, yeah. What was that? Santos? Almost took his head off. Soto, excuse me, Hayden Soto. Almost took his head off. All right, victory offense pretty much here. Hold on to the football. And notice they go Wildcat. They don't want any handoff exchange.
Sure.
Yeah. Get it to a guy that's used to carrying the ball in traffic. That's the key.
Down to a minute 23 in this 10-point game.
Yeah. Got to say, shout out to my guy Sean Knox. That Tulare Western coaching staff always keeps me up to date on what's going on the Western sidelines. Got to chat with him yesterday at practice, and he is a mainstay with that Tulare Western coaching staff. A great player in his own right. Played for another buddy of mine, Randy Wallace, back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the, Randy says, very coachable kid. Could only tell him one time, and he'd get it done.
Does that work at home?
Roach going beanie on us. That's not Roach. My bad. Roach is a visor guy. Student body left. Stay in there. Stay in bounds. Don't worry about the big play.
That's Fisher.
Yep, and you run with both hands like this.
He had the play that put this game away, the pick six.
What do you think of his fashion statement? The tie-dye sleeve?
Tie-dye, yeah.
The tie-dye sleeve. That would be okay if the whole team was wearing it. That'd be a pretty good look if the whole team had it.
Well, you might start something now.
Yeah. And little baggy. He needs the kind of if Under Armour made those tight like that, that'd be a fresh look. Okay.
Taking a knee?
That's the best call in football if you're a coach. Victory offense.
Celebration is underway over on the Tulare Western side.
One more.
Bail out the bell. I guess they're going to do just that, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
One more snap, one more knee should do it.
Yep.
And there it is. And here they come.
Yep. They bailed out the bell.
2019 Bell game is going to go to Tulare Western with a 24-14 win over Tulare. And don't look for the bell because it's gone, right?
Right.
You said that left in the third quarter.
To be delivered. Bell Monday.
Tonight's fourth quarter has been sponsored by Midland Tractor. Team Midland keeps you growing with solutions. We'll be back with a post-game show right after this. Welcome back to our post-game wrap-up, sponsored by 5150. Drink it, wear it, live it. 24-14, the final score. Tulare Western with a victory over Tulare Union in the bell game. Quite a celebration going on right now over on that other side, and even on this side, the Tulare side.
Well, they make them stand for the alma mater and then bust into the fight song.
But that bell had spent the last 3 years on this side, and now it's going
home
to the other side. And the Mustangs are really loving this. This is an experienced team, and it showed tonight over the youth of Tulare.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. You can say this play, that play, but and when it comes down to it, a lot of guys that have played in this game 3 years versus guys in their first game here. They were young. But, you know, if you're Tulare, strap it on. You've got to go Division I. Can't feel sorry for yourself anymore. And I'll tell you what, Division II will be a monster. You know, likes of Redwood, of Hanford, of San Joaquin Memorial. Not going to be easy for Tulare Western.
No, the Mustangs are still running up and down the field on their side.
Fine, Kevin?
They keep running away from him. I don't know if he's trying to track him down, but they are sky high. Celebrating now with the student body on this final week of the regular season.
Let the party begin. What my old friend Ron Fairley said, let the soiree begin.
(24-14) again, our final score here. Tulare Western over Tulare Union. And the Mustangs are still celebrating with the students over on the other side of the field before they can be corralled and come over and talk with Kevin Miller.
You know, the bells go down.
Yep. The stickers with the 3 bells.
3 bells are going down.
George Gonzalez had a 2-yard quarterback sneak with 1:57 to go in the first quarter for the Tribe. 7-0. And then 24 unanswered points by Tulare Western. Karen Johnson had a 32-yard run. Burrell a 46-yard touchdown pass to Holmes. Then there was the field goal after that controversial catch.
Right.
That big gain. Mikey Fisher then intercepted. 85 yards for the touchdown. Let's send it downstairs. I'm told that Kevin Miller is ready with the Mustangs.
The streak has stopped. The bell is busted out, and it belongs to the Mustangs of Tulare. We haven't partied like this all season long for a decade of FNR. Hey, now what you see before you, Central Valley, is a group of scholar athletes. They are in the top 10 in the Central section for their GPA. As a matter of fact, 3.27 average. They have 36 players with a GPA above 3.0, and 7 of them have a GPA above 4.0. 2 of them have a GPA of 4.66, and 1 of them is your Mr. Cool player of the game, QB1, number 4, Elijah Burrell. Yeah, let's go. Elijah and brother Jordan, 4.66. Elijah, how does it feel to have the bell back home?
I'm just speechless right now because this is something that me and my boys have been working towards for like 3 years now, and this is my senior year. To go out with the bang, it means everything with me and my teammates, and I love these guys.
love, much love. We need a movie script right now. It doesn't get much better. So, hey, let's not forget Elijah, two-time Mr. Cool player of the game back at that Lemoore game, too, when you took it to him. All right, great job. And then let's give it up. You talk about scholar. You talk about a leader. How about Coach Rocha? Now, we want you to celebrate. We want you to enjoy this. But the Valley wants to know, as you prepare, how can you get primed for the playoffs coming up?
Well, I think right off the bat, it's a building block. You know, I think you got to understand the 24-hour rule. It's probably going to be a 48-hour rule with these guys. Celebrate. You know, it's very important to understand that it's not only the bell, and you know that's very prideful. We're a very prideful West Side, and we love to have that bell back home. But it's a league championship at a 5-0 mark. So, you know, looking forward to tomorrow with the seedings, letting these guys celebrate all weekend. I'll send them some film, and we know we got a game next Friday. So it's time to come back to Bob Mathias and represent.
All right, represent the W. All right, so hey, we've done the hardware, okay? But here's the question. I understand y'all are going to do some painting on Monday. Red, white, and blue, is that what we're talking about? Well, you can paint the Les Schwab Channel 59 trophy, red, white, and blue, to the Tulare Western Mustangs! Mustangs! Yeah! And we'll be back with more post-game wrap-up right after this. Let's go! Make some noise!
All right, Tulare Western wins the league, going 5-0, 24-14 tonight, the win over Tulare Union. And getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. Playoffs?
Yeah, right.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Anything that happens, a lot of it has to do with matchups.
Sure. Take a look at some of what happened tonight in the Bell game. Of course, a lot of atmosphere, as with any rivalry game.
Wow, this place was decorated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Valencia, bring the wood. Josh Rodriguez, and then, like I said, there was no room to run by anybody from Tulare that did catch the football.
Holmes with the touchdown catch.
And Monday he's going to say he was open, trust me.
All right, 24-14 again is our final score for our entire crew here. Ralph Wood saying thanks for watching. We'll see you in 3 weeks with the playoffs.
Mike to you, and then. After the kickoff.